proceed. Ravenna City Planning Commission agenda is at the top of the sheets that you have. This is the June 30th meeting, 2026, 6 o'clock. It's in First Council Chambers on Parkway. The first item of business tonight is a public hearing. Stephanie, could you come up and run through what you're requesting for to refresh
Just seeking
people's mind?
approval to do permanent makeup at Salon 114.
I didn't hear you.
I'm seeking approval to do permanent makeup at Salon 114.
Okay, can you just elaborate a little bit on that?
It's tattooing, eyebrows, eyeliner, lip liner. That's all. I don't know how else to elaborate, sorry.
You'll all recall, we went through this a month ago, and people had most of their questions answered. We have to have something to write up for the public hearing. And we called that to order. What I've missed is the roll call. Just wait a minute so I catch it. What? After the hearing. Okay, all right, that's fine. Okay. Do any of the people on the commission have any questions that you wish to ask her about this project that she's got? Seeing none, does anyone in the audience? Yes.
I wasn't here at the last meeting. I read what your purposes are in the paperwork here. It's Salon 114.
Yes.
Are you the owner of the business?
No.
Who is the owner of the business?
Teresa Brown and Todd Kurogi.
Okay, so they own the business of the salon?
Yes.
And what is your position there?
I'm a hairstylist there
Okay, is there a reason they're not appearing for this?
because they don't know anything about permanent makeup. So if anybody had any questions about it, they wouldn't be able to answer it.
Okay, so you're a licensed
Yes.
under their business?
Yes.
And health department wise, approval for that?
He's waiting on the approval from this, and then he's going to do the final inspection, but there was a pre-approval already.
So he's waiting for the pre-approval before he does?
Well, he already pre-approved it, but
Okay.
now he's waiting for the final approval after
Okay.
pending this hearing.
So if you succeed in the hearing, if you prevail, then he'll do the final inspection?
Yes.
Have you been licensed yourself to do this kind of work?
Yes.
Eyebrows, eyeliner, lips, you guys don't do any tattooing
No.
above that?
No.
Correct, okay. And I believe you have to be, as a consumer, you have to be at least 18 years of age to have that done?
Correct.
Okay. That's it for me.
Thank you.
And I didn't have any comments from the public. I didn't hear
Okay,
from
all
anyone.
right. Anybody else, last chance? Okay. At this time, we have to open it up.
Close the public hearing.
We're voting to, we're closing the meeting at, what time are we here? 6:03. We'll close the public hearing, and we'll bear with us. We'll have the roll call at this time. This is the opening of the June 3rd meeting of 2026.
Roll call. Mr. Barber. Here. Mr. Content.
Here.
Mr. Hairston.
Here.
Mr. Francis.
Here.
Mr. Mayor.
Here.
Mr. Jennings. Here. Mr. Smith. Here. Mr. Finney.
Here.
Everybody's here. Thank you. We do have the minutes. You are there any questions about the minutes at this time? Any comments or changes that you would want to make? Seeing none, I'd entertain a motion at this time to approve the minutes.
So moved.
We need a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Okay, old business is the next item on the agenda, and that's Stephanie. You just listened to it, the public hearing. Are there any other questions that you have for her at this point in time?
The conditional use, would that only be for you?
Yes,
So you'd be doing all that work
yes,
yourself?
yes.
The owners of the salon, do they do work in there as well?
Teresa is a nail tech there, but her brother is not involved in daily operations.
So Teresa and the man own, their brother and sister own
Yes.
it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she does strictly nails,
Yes.
and they'll be doing other
I'll still do hair services as well, but
and tattooing.
yes,
And you'll be the only one doing that?
yes.
Any other questions? If not, I'd entertain a, Cliff, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you're blending in with the area over there.
Good evening. It's puzzling to me that I know there's rules here, but we've had somebody that's been in business here for many, many, many years, and we've made them jump through these hoops. I don't remember as many questions coming up to people that were tattooing private parts and other parts at tattoo parlors, and we're talking about something that actually there are people. I'm sure she'll tell you there's some people that have lost, ladies that have lost their eyebrows and so forth due to cancer treatments and so forth. That this helps them, and we're doing something here that isn't all for show. It's actually to help people along with the situation they're in. It seems to me we should probably change some of this somehow, and I don't know how to do that. Maybe going into the charter review or something on this. I think this was a waste of this young lady's time, have to wait a month. She had, how many did you have lined up that we've been waiting on? At least 40 people waiting to have this service, and we've pushed it off 30 days. It just seems a little bit strange to me. So that's it.
Thank you. Any other comments? Somebody make a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Yes.
Mr. Content,
Yes.
Mr. Hairston,
Yes.
Mr. Francis,
Yes.
Mr. Jennings,
Yes.
Mr. Smith, and Mr. Mayor.
Yes. Thank you. You're all set to go now.
All right, thank you.
All right. Under new business that we have, for, double check, I don't get the right one here. Sean Thompson, can you come forward, please, and tell us what you have in mind?
Thank you. Good evening. I am here presenting the project for Mark Knapp, Spring Seal. As you may know, he has the business just a little further down the driveway adjacent to his property. We are looking at another building for him, will be built in 2 phases. So it's it's the odd-shaped sort of parcel at the end of the industrial park there. And it's kind of triangular in nature, and it also has the shared detention pond for that end of the district is on his property as well. And so we're here, we've got our proposed site plan. We've got the building set back about 90 feet off the road. And some of the requests that we have before us is to set this up so that trucks can actually use the cul-de-sac to back up into the loading docks. Once they back up, they will be completely off the street, out of the right-of-way of the street. We are proposing right now 3 driveways. We have the driveway in for the trailer trucks to back up. We have a driveway that goes to an on-grade door, and then we have another driveway that just goes to car parking. And so that was sort of the summary of the project. I think if you have questions, I'd be glad to answer them. The most telling sheet is probably the drawing that has, it's kind of in, the one that's in color that has the topography that you checked out.
Yeah, it's the last sheet in your packet.
Yeah.
That's the telling sheet. Could you just sort of walk through what you're doing on that, using that sheet as a visual aid?
Yes. So, so this sheet is the grading plan, and one of the things that's driven this, driven this whole project to date is the site slopes pretty significantly. I'm gonna get myself oriented correctly here. That would be great. That would be great. I'm gonna actually hold this so that it's oriented. So north is up on the page. So Enterprise Parkway comes over, there's the cul-de-sac. The detention basin is to the west. And basically what this is showing that you come in, there's a little bit of a high spot, but basically the site slopes pretty significantly to the north, to the back, and to the side to the west. And so we've tried to site this building. You can see how much we're already, with all those red lines, adjusting the contours on the site as it is. So we're trying to get this to keep it towards the front so that we're not disturbing, more land than we need to. And then also not have a steep slope down into the site for trucks to try to keep it somewhat level, and again, mostly for safety. Thank you very much.
Bob, do you have any questions, comments?
On the sheet that in your packet has yellow highlight. Sean, Mark, and I discussed this project, and it's a bit unusual, being that there's, in essence, 3 driveways. 2 of them are specific for trucks. The third is specific for the automobile, or the workers, so to speak. The hill prevents this, obviously it's not flat, so it becomes a challenge for earthwork and actually being constructability. So through our discussion, I took a deep dive into our code, specifically regarding parking and setbacks. And as you see in the yellow, these are all of the items that Planning Commission has the ability to grant permission for. The one item that I could not find specifically was, can they back into the loading dock? There's nothing in our code that I found stating they cannot back into a parking space or a loading dock. What I did find is it must be aligned to pull straight out onto the right-of-way, which obviously will happen with this layout. There's two driveways, two aprons close together. Planning Commission can grant that permission. Parking in the setback line, Planning Commission can grant that permission also.
How much difference is there that would make a change that we have to grant permission to versus what's already permitted?
So parking in the front yard, Planning Commission could grant permission, which is often done through developments and stuff. So the location of the aprons, there's a statement that says they should be 75 feet apart.
How far apart are they?
Oh, not very much. 10 feet. The two to the
So we only
east.
have 120 feet around the curve, so even though we have all this acreage, we have this very limited space. So it would be nearly impossible to even get two driveways separated by 75 feet. There might be a way to avoid the third driveway that goes to the on-grade door. We may be able to curve that and make that part of the other drive if that was a problem. So where we would have two driveways, but I don't see any way that we could get them 75 feet apart. And it's always our intent to try to separate car and truck traffic just so you minimize accidents and safety reasons.
So the reason for the 75-foot, originally for the 75-foot separation is what?
I'm not sure where that number came from. I would say just specifically for safety. So there's separation for sight distance, ingress, egress. That would be my thinking.
We see that pretty common from a planning aspect, is that driveways too close together, if you have somebody coming out and making an immediate right turn, can turn into somebody else that's either turning into or out of a driveway. But that's generally for like straight streets. This is a cul-de-sac, so we couldn't, like I said, we can't get 75 feet apart, but also nobody will be pulling out of these driveways and making any turns, I guess, into or in front of another driveway.
Did that answer your question?
For that one, any other ones that the limits were changing the limits? You know, you got the 75 feet? I just want to make sure I understand what you want to do, but I'm just trying to understand what the reason was that we had these other regulations in place, these other requirements in place, so. You were worried about horses and carriages?
Right.
I'm just trying to get a sense on where we're at.
And that's a good question. This was from 2001.
No horses and carriages.
Correct, but I wasn't part of it, so I don't know what their rationale was specifically for that.
The other question I have is the drainage basin, retention pond, and how much will you be affecting that?
So half of our lot is designed to flow into that current detention basin. That was accounted for in the design of that. And it so from about a little bit, so we're looking to do this project in two phases. So the gray would be our phase one. Just behind this, you can actually, if you understand contours, you can actually see that there's a little bit of a high point. And so the front, let's say 2/3 of this site drains to this detention basin, so that's covered. The back portion of this actually drains to the north. So when we go to do phase two, we will actually be building a second detention basin, so taking up more of his property in the back, because we can't drain we can't take water from one watershed direction to a different one, if that makes sense. So there's a little bit of a ridge running through the middle of our site. So the first phase will drain to the current detention basin, which is designed for it. The second phase, a little bit of that might go to the detention, but most of that is going to go to a future separate detention basin.
And because you got a building in there, you've changed the amount of runoff coming off and everything, so you're covered with all of that?
Yeah, and I could dig out the information or have my civil engineer, but they design these shared detention basins for the total lot coverage that's allowed by zoning usually, and we are under that we are under that lot coverage, so we should be, that design of that detention should be adequate for our project.
Watching if you're shaking your head.
Oh, yeah, it is, yeah, the detention basin was designed and built prior to Enterprise Parkway even being completely constructed to accommodate. I'm sure we have the calculations somewhere
Are
in
you
our
happy with
office.
them?
I'm sorry?
Are you happy with the calculations? Everything is good?
Yeah, haven't had anybody complain. And so this, obviously, this lot has been purchased. There's one more lot on the cul-de-sac, to my knowledge, that hasn't been purchased yet, which is a smaller piece on top of the hill where the access road is. So other than that, then this development will be built out.
Any other questions or comments? This is here, it's a site plan
Site plan approval,
approval.
correct.
You can vote on tonight. With that, Larry?
On the same Paul's Drive, on the east side, I see a concrete drive. Who does that belong to?
So that belongs
Not this
to
here.
the owner of this property, but it's on his adjacent property.
It's a different lot.
It's a different lot.
Okay. I was looking at a driveway from here to your,
So we had talked about that. There is a gas easement that runs along that driveway back, so we tried to stay out completely off of the east side of our property. The other piece was building a driveway off of another driveway actually adds traffic to his existing driveway, which is maybe not ideal. And then in the future, it could make it much harder for him to sell one or the other of those parcels if they're tied to providing access either to or through another property. So we generally try to shy away from that.
Any other comments? If not, at this point, we entertain a motion to approve.
So moved. Second.
I have a question for a second.
Yes.
Bob, you have no issues with any of this?
No, the only item that I want to drive home with planning commission's approval is with this layout, I'm assuming they're semi-trucks, maybe 53 footers or 51 footers. They will be backing into the truck docks off of the cul-de-sac. They will then pull forward to leave the cul-de-sac. And it was my understanding they would have maybe 4 trucks a day, something like that. So,
Isn't that, the driveway off the cul-de-sac goes down to Sierra 14?
Yes.
to make a right,
That's limited, only
It's-
to go right.
that is
Yeah.
correct. That is correct.
And, I mean, I know how it is going to Sheets and
Mhm.
places like that where the traffic's kind of thick at times of the day. But these trucks will be going out to 14 and going right, or will they be coming down to 44?
I really don't know where the trucks will be coming. I think what I can is we tried to Bob's comment, we tried to position the building such that no trucks would be turning or backing up and restricting traffic of people either turning in off of 14 and coming around Enterprise or going around Enterprise to go west on 14. So we did try to organize that site so that the trucks were not backing up in traffic, that they would be solely on the cul-de-sac. And in reality, given that the lot that is still unsold has plenty of frontage on Enterprise Parkway as it goes south, Mark is essentially the only owner on the cul-de-sac, the way those lots are laid out.
And traffic will be reduced somewhat in 2027 because the STEM school, which is there in that area now, they're moving over to a building in Kent, Ohio. They're combining classrooms, so that building is going to be used for something else. But the STEM school, the traffic for the students, the buses and stuff will be eliminated in 2027 because they're moving over to Kent area.
Yeah, but we don't know what's gonna come in.
Right. Yeah, we don't know what else is coming in, but this is kind of what they sell it for temporarily, until we approve something else to go in there.
So Josh, to your comment, I do not see an issue with the site plan as it is submitted.
It's been moved and seconded to,
All right, Mr. Hairston?
Yes.
Mr. Content?
Yes.
Mr. Barber?
Yes.
Mr. Francis?
Yes.
Mr. Jennings?
Yes.
Mr. Smith? And Mr. Mayor.
okay, thank you.
Thank you all for your time. Have a good night.
The next item of new business, Mr. Kramer.
Good evening, everybody. My name's Doug Kramer. I'm with DVA Architecture, and I'm here presenting some site alterations and a proposed addition, although not totally germane. There is a little site work back there as well, for the Maplewood Career Center. And in general, they've been so popular, we're adding 2 additional laboratories, a welding lab and an EMT lab, 3 classrooms. And as part of that project, they would like to extend and add on some parking. So if you take a look at the C0.01, kind of gives you the overall blush of what that project is. So if you take a look a little bit to the right side, you'll see a diagonal red line coming up. That road coming in is the main entry that comes down to Ohio 88. And they're going to extend their south parking lot towards the east. That's one down at the bottom of the page. And then across from the main building, there's already a bank of parking that's running in front of the building, and they would like to essentially duplicate that, extend it up, and then tie it back into the parking lot. And you'll notice that there's a detention pond both at the south and at the north of those areas. For the building itself, they'll be rerouting utilities, opening up the drive aisle to be able to get around the building so that we don't have any foundations over top of something existing. But that's the scope in its entirety for the site.
This, again, is a site plan. With that,
I have a couple questions. What dictated the amount of parking that you're showing?
It was owner request.
Okay.
So they're finding that they're having more traffic, they're having more students enrolling, and as they're adding on for these new programs, they wanted to sort of alleviate some of that parking pressure that they face.
Because it's quite a bit additional parking.
It works out to be about 175 total spaces, because we're also taking over a couple of spaces and creating additional accessible spaces.
175 new parking spaces.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, that's a lot.
It's a good amount.
I don't know how many of you have ever had an opportunity to go out to Maplewood. It's rather remarkable when you go inside. I've never seen a place that's kept as clean and neat as that is, and their success with finding work for children that go out there, it's very high. They have jobs when they leave there. I did ask one of the employees out there, I said, this is just so clean. What brought this about? They obviously emphasize it. And he said, well, there's clean and there's Randy's clean. Randy is the superintendent out there, and he runs a tight ship. But it's a great place for kids to go. A chance to visit. They did have an open house not too long ago, and I made that trip out there with it, and I've been in it before, but I was really impressed. The projects that they've put in are good, and they do a great preparation for kids going to work.
Being an ex-board member at Maplewood, parking out there, even though that seems like a lot in numbers, any given day, the number of activities and the number of people that are venturing out there, I think they need every one of them.
That's why they're pushing for it.
Plus, in the current style of things, a lot of kids in high school, going into high school and stuff, are looking for vocational and trades type of positions in life, realizing that a lot of their friends, brothers and sisters and stuff have gone on to college and are doing nothing, and they just can't find work. And the trades are what is there now to be trained in, leave a place like Maplewood with a certificate in whatever it is, welding, electric, plumbing, whatever. And you can go right into a company as a young man or young woman and start a trade, and within a number of years, get to be having your own trade, own business, or rise up to the company very rapidly and make really good money as a trade. So these extra labs will help train those kids that want to take that path.
I absolutely agree. I'm impressed that they're adding the EMT lab. So that's a fledgling startup program that they're bringing online.
Do they still have the law enforcement out there as well?
Honestly, I don't know. We did another project with them for an automotive lab refurbishment a couple years ago.
Yeah.
But this is, I think it's going to be one of the nicer welding labs because their existing is quite nice, and this is going to be a little bigger and better.
Just so I'm clear, this is a site approval, site plan approval. Correct. We talked a lot about the parking,
Mhm.
these two splotches over here. And you've got this proposed building over in this area and over here. So we're giving approval for both the proposed site, the proposed building, as well as the parking.
Any other comments or questions?
Bob, let me ask you about the proposed building. Did you have any concerns about that at all? Drainage or anything with respect to that?
No, they will accommodate. You can see, well, they have 2 retention ponds shown. And they will capture the building, the roof of the building also, verify it, yes. We've always required the drainage calculations and verified that it gets completed.
Is the third one out by 88, is there?
No. It could act as one, but it's not the intent. Probably, yes.
No other questions.
Anyone else? Entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Mr. Hairston?
Yes.
Mr. Francis?
Yes.
Mr. Barber?
Yes.
Mr. Content?
Yes.
Mr. Jennings?
Yes.
Mr. Smith? And Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Also have Okay, at this time, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, thank you. Coming here on this nice hot day.